Hey,
we're back.
Guess what we got?
Let's see what we got.
We got ourselves a crankshaft.
And take a look at that. We were going to reuse it. But they said it's probably not a good idea. And then the rod also is Dunzo.
The dimension of where these land and where the cases come together, there's a distance between them, to those two in there. And you have to do some bunch of measurements. And if those measurements are not within, they want between 3 and between 0.3 and 0.12 millimeters of clearance.
Damn
millimeters. Axial clearance.
Damn millimeters.
Well, it's actually 1,000 through 5,000.
Oh, okay. They actually have it in standard. Yeah. Oh, wow.
1 to 5,000. Okay.
Good for them.
So that's what we're looking for.
Austrians.
And we can measure it in inches, or we can measure it in millimeters, or whatever. But what we've got is we've got these shims, and what we need to do is, if this the dimensions of this versus the dimensions of this to the case plus the gasket to the other case, you subtract the two, and then you get yourself a number, and that number needs to be between 0.3 and 0.12 millimeters. Maximum is 0.05 millimeters, or
okay, perfect. I got dial indicators and magnetic bases and all that crap.
Just under 2 thousandths.
Except the magnetic base probably won't work on this aluminum case.
Probably not.
We'll figure something out.
So we're doing some measurements now. That's reading 66.02. So we write that.
We got the little notepad over here.
66.02.
All the notes are taken.
Let's get it.
Yeah.
$7,305.
Right?
Yeah. So 7,305.
And then we got to subtract the width of the ruler,
which is,
it should be written there.
3,380.
3,380. That's 7316.
Go on.
Okay, so basically what we've done is we went ahead and took our measurements. We measured our thickness here of the bearing flanges here, and then the distance, the case, the opening of the case. You know, of course, there's some calculations involved. And then we decided to get where we need to be, we need 5.50 millimeter shims. So we've got two 2.6ers in there. So we're going to be kiss on the tight side from the middle of the
from the middle of the range.
The middle of the range. So we're going to be good.
We'll be fine. To do is we need.
Oh, we get to use your special tool too, don't we?
And you take that out
and get your heater.
And get my heater.
Ooh, the heater.
This is the cool tool.
The cool, fancy, dancy tool.
So what we're going to do here.
Crank's making a run for it.
And this thing should, in theory, just drop right on there. There it is.
Right on. That actually worked as prescribed.
That's perfect.
Yeah. Flip it.
And do it
Don't
again.
forget the other shim.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Shims are important. This motor scooter is Austrian. Those guys are really hardcore on their dimensions and stuff. Make sure you get the flange down. And I have to tell him that because that's what I would do, is I would get the flange wrong.
There we go.
If any of you people in YouTube land happen to know where we could get one of those, LC4 620 1997 oil fileter.
It's the one that goes in the canister behind the case. I'll show you what it looks like.
It goes in that thingamabobber.
Yeah, we need one.
So there's options, but you know, to keep it factory, that's the option that we have to follow. But there's other options to do there, but you know, it is what it is.
Now,
assembly lube.
this is good stuff too. I know you guys out there in
YouTube land?
YouTube land can't smell this stuff, but
Smell it. Get in there and smell it. Get in there and smell it, guys. Scratch and sniff. Reach up and scratch your screen right now. We got the new scratch and sniff.
this stuff smells
And it's
really, really
oh
good.
yeah. Minty fresh.
I'm gonna throw a little bit of this on here because I just wiped it all off. This thing lives right freaking here. The clearance is really, really close.
Oh,
there it
there
goes.
it goes.
And that is really, really smooth. And there is right there, you see that little gem right there? And you can see the mark. There's the mark right there.
That's time it.
No, what that does,
that locks it.
you take this out, you take the spacer out, you screw that in there. This thing locks it at top dead center.
Oh, okay.
So it'll lock it right there.
Yeah.
So you can lock this thing at top dead center for a number of reasons.
Anti-theft.
Just your valves and
Okay.
you're done.
So LC4 peoples.
Actually,
1997 LC4
no,
people.
no, time out.
Time out.
Time out. All KTMs have that,
Mine too?
even yours.
Well, I'll be a son of a gun. How come I didn't know that?
I don't know.
Now I can keep my bike from getting stolen.
Yep. Yeah.
Anti-theft.
Yep.
Well, there you go.
You just take that out, you screw it in there. Oh, it sees tight, baby.
It ain't going nowhere. What do we got here? What's going on?
Well, this is where we left off in the last segment.
Which was like 2 seconds ago.
Yeah, like 2 seconds ago. We pulled out the main gasket. Really? What the heck?
Would you look at that?
So I'm like, well, that's going to stop this project right now.
That's what they call a showstopper.
I went online there and in about 10 minutes, I found the correct one. I printed out a picture of it, and this is what they sent me. So this thing is actually a very cool gasket. It came from Patriot Racing Industries. I was very surprised this thing had a sticky back on it. Limetals, there's two of them.
Both of them?
They're different.
Oh,
and I stuck it on there and I trimmed it up and made it, everything's good. When I was doing all this other stuff and I was in this down mode from the screwed up gasket, I was doing some searching around for parts. And the next section that's going to go on are these. This is the gears that go on the crank side. One for the chain, one for the clutch, and this is the next process in line. Yep. Yeah, and
you got them.
There are 3 Woodruff keys that are required. One of them's here for this side. This is the magneto side. The other side is the crank side. It's got 2 gears on it. One of them's for the timing gear, and one of them's for the clutch gear.
Perfect.
The drive for the clutch. And I was missing one. I was like, what the heck? I'm like, something that small, you know, where the hell's it? Just, it's one of those, like a 10 millimeter socket, just poof, it's gone. So
You'll find it as soon as it's back together.
yeah, I know.
And you start the next project.
Well,
it'll pop up.
I did find.
And
I went through my stuff and I found 3
Randos.
Yeah, and none of them work.
Okay.
They're the wrong size, so I'm like, yeah. So I give a local KTM dealer a call and like, yeah, we got 7 of them. Like,
Crazy.
good. Put my name on one of them. I'll be right down.
Should have asked them how many oil filters they got.
Yeah, right. Yeah, my $95 oil filter.
$95. This oil filter's that's made out of what they call unobtainium.
Must be, because I wipe my ass with it, but
Yep.
it's a very expensive ass wiping.
Yes, it is.
So
And since the engine catastrophically failed,
yeah, I really don't want to use this
Yeah.
one, even though it's probably okay. Still don't want it. Things have been greased. Things are ready to go together. Now it's just a matter of
you know what they say about Greece?
what do they say about grease?
If Poland was to invade Turkey from the rear, there's a good chance Greece would help.
That's a good one. So let's see if we can't get this thing lined up here.
Oh my God, that feels good.
Satisfying.
Oh,
And look at that. It just slid right together.
that is satisfying. And the crazy thing is this little piece here is intact.
Oh
It
yeah.
seems most of the RMs that Mike did, I watched, that Mike did, those, a couple of them, they were broken. And I got to TIG weld to make one of those. It's pretty exciting.
I do a little bit
It's
of
very important, gentlemen, when you're putting together stuff like this. You want to make sure the threads are lubed. You get a more true torque. And under the head too.
just a little bit.
Just the drag from the threads without a lubricant will bring your torque value lower.
I'm going to snug these up a little bit and then
You want to be the star of the show?
smooth. Oh yeah, smooth baby.
Boom, boom, chicka chicka.
Look at that
Boom,
baby.
boom, chicka chicka.
So in this one we're going to leave. This is the one we're going to leave kind of loose.
And what's our torque rating on this? Is it Newton meters?
It is.
Okay.
From the book here, I think it's right around 8.
It's in Newton
I'm
meters.
pretty sure it's
So basically, what a Newton meter is, a lot of people have got different explanations on exactly what a Newton meter is. A Newton meter is how many fig Newtons
it says 7 to 8.
you have to eat to fuel the
Well, they got it.
the torquing.
Foot pounds too. 6
Yeah.
foot pounds.
Yeah.
1. 2. Torqued, and we still have good movement,
Perfect.
and we have our little lock deal. I think that's what one of the next things they tell you to do
Is lock it in
is to
top
lock
dead center?
to lock this thing in top dead center,
Perfect.
which that is that guy there. But they also tell you that what they want you to do is they want you to run through the gears and make sure that the gears all work.
It's nothing more satisfying than seeing something like this. This project's been going on for a little while. You guys-
See, there's our 2
Yeah.
Woodruff keys. There's 1 there.
Hopefully you guys.
And there's
there's 2 on the crank.
2 on the crank. I think in one of the previous videos that we talked about that locking bolt.
Yes. Yep.
I think I misspoke.
Uh-oh.
It's okay. I was thinking about it later after we did that video.